Hey guys, I don't know what's happening, but usually I record these videos in class on Facebook Live, but for some reason Facebook Live is not responding, and I know I've missed a couple videos here and there, so my apologies. Anyhow, let me go ahead and put this one together just for you. No kids are here. Just Mr. Robinson in the music room by himself after school with you. So here we go. Would you please repeat after me? Nicely done. Would you please repeat after me with your solfege hands and with your voices? Do, mi, sol, arpeggio. Remember, whenever we skip over a note in solfege, sing a note, skip a note, sing a note, skip a note, that's what I really meant to say. So if we sing a note, skip a note, sing a note, skip a note, sing a note, we call that an arpeggio. Let me find where it says arpeggio. Right over here. Arpeggio. Arpeggio. And arpeggio is when you don't go note to note to note to note, but instead you skip a note, sing a note, skip a note, sing a note, skip a note. Or you might even sing a note, skip two notes, sing a note, skip a note. So as long as you're not going note to note to note, we call that an arpeggio. An arpeggio doesn't only have to go from low to high, do, mi, so, but it can also go from higher to low. So, mi, do, arpeggio, go. So, mi, do, arpeggio. Thank you very much. I would like for us to look right over here at these four words here. Alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I love this activity. This activity is actually based on if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. But there's a little bit more to it than just clapping your hands a couple times. First of all, I love these words. These words are, how would you describe them? These words are words that describe us at some point during the day. Probably at some point during the day you are asleep. I hope you sleep. You should be getting about 8 hours of sleep actually every day, if not more. So when we're sleeping, we're alive, but we're not awake, we're not alert, we're not enthusiastic. When we wake up, we're alive and we're awake, but maybe we're not alert. You know how you wake up and you're just like, oh, okay, time to get up. Oh, I hit the wall. And you're just not alert. You're not really aware of your surroundings, totally aware of what's happening around you until you really get awakened. So alive, awake. And then when you finally get yourself really awake and you're feeling pretty good with what's going on around you, and then you're alert. You can respond to things that happen. So you're alive, you're awake, and you're alert. Enthusiastic. I love that word. That was kind of enthusiastic, Mr. Robinson. I love that word because it conveys a sense of joy. It conveys a sense of enthusiasm. I was going to say that's the same word, isn't it? It conveys a sense of excitedness. Maybe you're feeling energized, energetic. Though all of those words really kind of mean the same thing as enthusiastic. So this is like you're just barely functioning, and now you're functioning, but you're awake, functioning, awake, and you're alert. You're aware of what's happening around you. You're responding to things, and then enthusiastic. You're really getting into it. So I told you it's based on the song If You're Happy and You Know It, and it goes like this. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm alive, awake, alert. I'm alert, awake, alive. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. So there are 4 phrases. You may have noticed that that third phrase, it's kind of like, okay, I'm alive, I'm awake, I'm alert, I'm not enthusiastic. And then we go back awake, alive, and then, okay, I am enthusiastic, alive, awake, and alert, and enthusiastic. Would you please say, I'm alive, and touch your head? Would you please say awake and touch your shoulders? Would you please say alert and cross your hands to your shoulders? And would you please say enthusiastic like this? You're going to pat your legs, clap your hands, and then snap your fingers. It'll sound like this. Enthusiastic. So thews, you're going to touch your thighs on enthuse. Enthusiastic. Now, in slow motion, it goes like this. Alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. Try it with me. Touch your head. Ready, go. Alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. Then if we add the song to it, the melody, instead of just speaking it, we sing it. It goes like this. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm alive, awake, alert. I'm alert, awake, alive. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. Nice job. So practice that a little bit. You can run the video back and practice a couple times. Eventually, you're going to want to do this, I suspect. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm alive, awake, alert. I'm alert, awake, alive. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. But if this is the first time that you are trying this song, maybe you don't want to try it that fast quite yet. So, hey, check it out. Above alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic, there are some rhythms up here, and I want us to focus especially on the rests. So this is a rest that we've worked on a lot over the last few years. Let me scoot in just a little bit so everything's just a little bit bigger on my screen, and that means it'll be bigger on your screen as well. Yes, right there's where I want to be. So this rest right here, we just call it a rest, and then I'll say a rest is a silent note. A rest is a silent note. Yay, a rest is a silent note. Well, now we're talking about different kinds of rests. And so instead of calling this zigzag, zig, see, instead of calling this squiggly line just a rest, we're going to call it a quarter note rest. Would you please say quarter note rest? Would you please say a quarter note rest gets 1 beat? Go. Good. Now, this rest that's sitting on top of the middle line, it looks a little bit like a hat, doesn't it? So I like to call it the hat note rest, but that's not really its name. Its real name is the half note rest, and it gets 2 beats. Would you please say half note rest gets 2 beats? All right. Now notice it's sitting on top of the line. This one that's hanging underneath the line, its name is a whole note rest, and a whole note rest gets 4 beats. Would you please say whole note rest gets 4 beats? Go. All right, let's try the whole note rest. If I'm resting for 4 beats, all I'm going to do is pop up my fingers in silence. So it should go like this. Ready, go. Try that with me. Ready, go. Whole note rest gets 4 beats. Let's chop it in half. So your half note rest is going to get 2 beats. Half note rest gets 2 beats. Let's go over to the half note rest. Let's look at this measure. Notice we have a quarter note on beat 1, quarter note on beat 2, and then we rest on 3 and 4. So it should sound and look like this. 1, 2. Try that with me. Ready, go. 1, 2. Nicely done. Let's do it again. Ready, go. 1, 2. And there's our 2 beats of rest for that half note rest. And then we said the quarter note rest gets 1 beat of rest, 1 beat of silence. So this is going to take up, this is going to be count 1. This quarter note rest is going to take up count number 2. So when we point to it inside your brain, you have to think 2. But think it inside your brain like this. So it's silent. So it'll go like this. 1, 3, and 4. Try that with me. Ready, go. 1, 3, and 4. Nice. Now if I put all these patterns together, if I put all these measures together, by the way, here's a measure from the beginning to this measure line. That's a measure. From this measure line to this measure line, that's a measure. Actually, they're called bar lines. From this bar line to this bar line, that's a measure. From this bar line to this bar line, that's a measure. Actually, that's a double bar line. That means the end. All right, would you let me say all 4 of these measures by myself? And you can kind of think them in your head, or if you want to whisper them very quietly, you could. But let me take the lead right now. Ready? My turn. I'll start now. 1, 2, 1, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Would you say it with me, please? Ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Nice J-O-B. Let's do that one more time if you don't mind. If you do mind, let's do it again anyhow. Let's do it again, please. Ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Would you please say a whole note rest gets 4 beats? Would you please say a half note rest gets 2 beats? Would you please say a quarter note rest gets 1 beat? Thank you very much. Nicely done. Let's see. Here's a song I didn't sing this week, but I would like to sing it next week. So I'll kind of give you the preview. And it's a song we've sung before, but it's been a while since we've sung it. But I really like it, and students like it a lot. It was actually created, wow, about 8 to 10 years ago, I think now, by 2 5th grade students, which is very exciting. And it goes like this. I love Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Red Fanta's only for Santa, don't drink Sprite, it just ain't right. Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Would you please repeat after me? I'm gonna sing a phrase, I'll sing part of it, and then you repeat after me when I touch my ear. I love Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Red Fanta's only for Santa. Don't drink Coke, it just, don't drink Sprite, it just ain't right. Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Now, if you don't mind, usually I just kind of go piece by piece by piece and then put it, but I'd like to try to put all of those pieces together. Would you please listen to the whole song, sing it inside your brain? I love Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Red Fanta's only for Santa, don't drink Sprite, it just ain't right. Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Try it with me. Ready and sing now. I love Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Red Fanta's only for Santa, don't drink Sprite, it just ain't right. Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. You might notice that there are 6 phrases in that song. Most of our songs have 4 phrases. Some songs have 8 phrases. Occasionally, some songs have 6. That's kind of a rare thing for it to have 6 phrases. All right, I like to just add one thing, and that's when we say, I love. We're going to put our hands out, Coca, and we'll put our hands together. So the pattern starts like that, and it continues going, and it will sound and look like this. I love Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Red Fanta's only for Santa, don't drink Sprite, it just ain't right. Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Would you try that with me? Start with your hands together, so we say, I love. Our hands go out on I love Coca-Cola. Ready and sing now. I love Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Red Fanta's only for Santa, don't drink Sprite, it just ain't right. Coca-Cola, it's my favorite soda. Nice. I hope that you have a great day. I hope that you sing these songs over and over and over and drive yourself a little crazy with these songs. And I hope that you remember that you are cared for and that you are loved. Love one another.